modern urban metropolis. To some, a sterile, manufactured environment. To other, smarter people like me, a veritable wonderland of scientific biologia, where plants and animals interact, forging bonds with their environment and furthering the ecological paradigm. But among the myriad species that occupy the dense urban colony, few are less notable than the creatures you see here. Two perfect specimens of the great northwestern idling loser. A feeble and often laughable breed, the great northwestern idling loser is known to inhabit the cheaper apartments of the surrounding areas of the city, and has even been known to share a single house with as many as 12 of his fellow losers. These two losers here, who naturalists have named Coco and Sweet Pea, are on the hunt for a fresh meal. Because of their startling lack of physicality, these two losers must move about in an automobile, which, in this case, is of course uninsured. The auto belongs to the smaller male.
How about that? How about that, Ted? How about Jack in the Box?
It may surprise some to learn that there are indeed primitive expressions of ownership in loser society, considering how shoddy and unattractive most of their possessions are.
Was funny.
Success. Coco and Sweet Pea have found a feeding ground. They exchange meager trinkets in their pockets with their fellow losers and are giving festering piles of lukewarm garbage to eat. Amazingly, and with total disregard for their own health, they dutifully shovel the food into their mouths. Apparently, somehow nourished and not yet nauseous by the vomitous bilge they have just consumed, Coco and Sweet Pea are now ready to set about the activity which occupies the lion's share of their pitiable lives. Scientists know not what, but there is something about the pedestrian images in this crude box that pleases and sedates these two losers. Coco, in order to sustain his heightened level of obesity, continues to cram his cavernous mouth with empty calories. Conversely, Sweet Pea is so stupid he seldom remembers to eat, even when his own life is at stake, and he is now, for absolutely no reason, shirtless. And now, we are going to witness an extraordinary sight. For this particular breed of loser, aggression is highly unusual, because few things indeed can penetrate the dense fog of apathy which surrounds them at all times. This is one of those things. Here is what has happened. Coco has become enraged beyond belief because Sweet Pea has failed to record the latest episode of Battlestar Galactica on his TiVo machine. Frustrated and confused, Sweet Pea makes his way to the kitchen to fix himself a Pepsi. He has underestimated the level of Coco's rage. And thus, Sweet Pea's short and meaningless life has come to its predictably ignominious end. But as is so often the case in nature, as one life ends, another begins. What you are about to witness is an act which is thankfully seldom seen by human eyes. Coco extends his mating proboscis into the fresh wound in Sweet Pea's cavernous head. He will inject the meaty tissue with as many as 11 million trillion eggs. With some luck, as many as one of these eggs will become fertilized and grow into a functioning larva. To our good fortune, such a miracle has occurred on this day. And this is how the losers bring new life into the world. Ordinarily, over the next 3 days, this quivering mound of doughy flesh would grow into a full-sized loser with a shitty car and a tiny apartment of his own. This one, however, will be eaten. And so it goes. Life moves on until it stops. I'm David Attenborough, looking down upon you from atop my ivory tower, saying bye-bye.